Hey everyone, Video Game Lover here. I get this asked a lot. I've had some requests of showing my room tour, my game room a little bit. So I decided, why not? I'll show it to you guys. I'm only going to show just a little bit, because that's really all I have. So without further ado, we begin. Let's start off. This is my PS4 box, the Uncharted 4 bundle with the Slim. Right here underneath is my PS2 box. I'm sure you can see it on the side. PS2, the Switch, some Pokemon figurines, Donkey Kong, Cranky Kong. GameCube box. This is actually my older brother's from 2001. I still have it. And my box Dreamcast. I have a box Super Nintendo controller, and up here, all the way here, I don't knock everything down, the Zelda box 3DS. Got some figures here: T-Rex, Spinosaurus, Samus. This thing was from McDonald's way back in 2005. They used to have like these weird NBA toys. And this is a Mecha Okafor jersey back when he was with the Bobcats. Purple Pikmin and a little Stegosaurus. I like dinosaurs. And here's some of my Godzilla figures: Mecha Godzilla 1, Mecha Godzilla 2, Mogera, Godzilla, and the original Kane, who's riding on him, and Yoshi. And behind Kane, little Mario plushie. Now let's get to my Genesis games. Well, first here's my Sega Game Gear. See? And we got some of the Genesis games, which I need to do a collection of, which I'll probably do it next month. This here is my favorite game of all time. One of my favorite Genesis games of all time. Contra Hardcore, Bloodlines, Batman Robin, that's such a good game. Vector Man 2, I have it in very good shape. I always make sure I have this in very good shape. Such an awesome game. I love this game a lot. Okay, I actually had to jump cut that. Had trouble. This is a dope game. Jurassic Park Rampage Edition. This game gets memed a lot from the game sack. Green Dog, the Beach Surfer dude. And here are some of my loose games. There's actually more behind this stack. That's a fake. That's a Sonic Mania. More. X-Men 2 is a great game, by the way. Of course, here's Sonic 3, and some of my favorite ones. Wow, this is really getting dusty. Holy crap. And right here is my Sega Nomad. And what's funny? You remember that fake Doom card? I kept the case. Here's some Chain Chomps. I had this since 2002. Keep that at all times. And these little dinosaurs, I've actually had them since 1999. So that's why they're up in my bookshelf. Onto my Super Nintendo stuff. My original Super Nintendo, really yellow. It's not my preferred model. Here are some of the Super Nintendo games. I'm gonna get down on my knees. Goof Troop is a very underrated Super Nintendo game. That is a very underrated game. I need to play Batman Returns again. That's a good, very good game. Mega Man X, all-time classic. And of course, Super Punch-Out. Love this game so much. This is an underrated beat-em-up as well. Peacekeepers. I'm going to do a review on this, or maybe a let's play of it. It's a good game, but you gotta have to understand how to play it. Sonic Blast Man, Sonic Blast Man 2, which is a repro. Ninja Warriors, as I've shown, very awesome beat 'em up. And of course, one of my favorite Super Nintendo games, Final Fantasy 6 or 3. Amazing game. You remember this, people? The Pokemon TV Master. I actually have it. Got a Psyduck plushie. Move that way. Here's some of the Sega Saturn games. I only have a few Sega Saturn games, not a whole lot. because I do plan on getting rid of some, but I do plan to get more. It's just Sega Saturn stuff is just way too expensive. Here's some of my NES games. I would love to collect NES stuff, but oh my god, this is really dusty. Okay, I need to start dusting. I just don't have a working NES right now, so that's kind of the problem here. So, yeah. Here's some N64 games. We got Diddy Kong's Racing. Of course, Mario 64. Mario Kart 64. Kirby 64, which I really love. No Mercy. Mortal Kombat 4. Pokemon Snap, one of my all-time favorites. Ocarina of Time, which I think is a good game, but I think the remake is better, and Blitz 2000. So that's my N64 little collection there. Onto the Wii games. I actually like the Wii. I think it's a good system. Has some shovelware. Love Pikmin 1 and 2, some of my favorite games of all time. That's a good game. Dead Space Extraction, that's a dope game. And Sin and Punishment. Amazing games. I love these light gun rail shooter games. That's the one thing I really love about the Wii, is these rail shooter games, man. Made you feel like you were playing an arcade. I did try out Elebits. I cannot open the door for the life of me. This, in my opinion, is the best version of Resident Evil 4. I love the Wii version a lot. On to a little bit of 3DS and DS games, and over here is my box, Rescue Ranger. And here is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Love that game a lot. Near a little T-Rex. Over here is just a lot of random stuff. We got Godzilla 2000. Cubs. And then more Genesis games. Earthworm Jim, Desert Demolition, Beavis and Butthead, very good game. Castle Illusion, and here is some of my movies. And let me get this out of here. Here's some of my Atari 2600 and ColecoVision games. There was that one time I had a ColecoVision. And a few Godzilla tags I have here. And then just the last shelf is just random stuff, my Goosebumps book. And hey, look at that! It's a little monocle. Haven't seen those in a while. I got Legos over here, and that's because of my nieces. They love my little Legos. I don't know why. Anyway, it's time to show you guys my console setup. Alright, so this is where I normally play my retro games, in this little CRT TV with VCR. And I know that Coca-Cola bottle, that's actually an antique from the Coca-Cola factory. So under here we have my GameCube, Super Nintendo Jr., Genesis Model 3, PS2, and Xbox all hooked up. And right over here in this basket is where I keep all my handheld games, Game Boy, Game Gear games. I show them off in the collection. So now we're going to move on to my second bookshelf. Alright, so this is my second bookshelf. This is where I keep my 6th generation games over here. We got plenty of Godzilla figures. A lot of them. And even some Mongols. Look at Shao Kahn hanging out with this guy. Yeah. Alright. So here's some of my PS1 games. Hello, Regina. I'm gonna move the PS1 Slim a little bit. Hold on, let me move that just a little bit. Okay. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. I love the Ace Combat games. Parasite Eve, an all-time classic. And of course, Tekken 3. There's my PS1 Slim. Love my Vita. Sorry, Crash. A little bit more PlayStation 1 games. And over here is my PS2 games. Tekken 5, I love that game a lot. God of War 1, God of War 2. This is a Godzilla GMK shooting lasers. And here are some of my few. I finished some of the Enders, by the way. That was a pretty good game. Some of my PS3 games and some of my PS4 games. And my lonely PSP game and some of my Vita games. Little memory card. On to the second part. We have a little bit of Dreamcast games. And the reason for that is, let me show you the rest of my Dreamcast games. They're all burned. Yeah, I burned most of my Dreamcast games. Dreamcast has gotten so expensive. Love the system, by the way. So now on to the GameCube stuff here. Don't really have a whole lot of GameCube games. And now here we have some original Xbox games. Love Otage 1 and 2 and Mechasol. These three are my favorites, and House of Dead 3. Halo 1 and 2 are very good. The original Xbox is such a great system. Same with the GameCube and PS2. I just love this generation of gaming so much. The rival to the 16-bit, I feel like the PS2 era was also amazing. And the Duke controller. And the last shelf is just more Godzilla figures, random tools if I ever need to clean them, and some of my other systems. And last but not least, this is where I play my PS4, my Switch. There's my controller, and ignore that stack of games. That's games I might trade in for the convention, and my Stockmania, and they're all played up on that TV, which I gotta clean. So anyway, guys, that is my video game collection. Oh wait, there's one last thing I forgot to show you. If you ever wonder where's all my controllers, they're all in this big ass container. I got so many controllers: Xbox, Green, GameCube, Dreamcast, 6-button Genesis, NER controller, Dreamcast. There's just a lot of stuff here. Super Nintendo, PS3. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little room tour. Definitely probably will do more. I gotta fix it up though. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.